Yes, it is that time of year again, and we're heading closer and closer to the new year. It's time for you to get in shape. 2025 is your year to shine, but with the way your life is set up, family, work, other responsibilities, you have no time to waste in the gym. I got you. So I'm going to give you a couple things that you need to focus on to make sure that you get everything you need to get done so that every minute in the gym is used efficiently and you get the best results that you can from the short amount of time that you can be in the gym. Now, the first thing you can do is focus on your compound movements. Compound exercises are going to be your exercises that engage multiple muscle groups at the same time. This way, you're working more muscles in less time. For example, squats and lunges are going to be great compound exercises because for squats, you're engaging the core, your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. And then your lunges are actually going to engage your quads as well as your glutes. Now, someone might say, oh, what about deadlifts? Well, deadlifts are, of course, a great compound movement, but if you only have a small amount of time to work out, you want to stay away from deadlifts just because of the fact that deadlifts require a lot of work as far as setting up. You want to avoid any exercise that requires a lot of setup and a lot of warm up, which will eat up your time in the gym and you'll be there way longer than you need to be. With deadlifts, you have to put the bar on the ground. You have to lift the one side up and put the plate on and do it to the other side. And if you're pretty strong, you probably need multiple plates on both sides. So then you're going to just be going back and forth, putting plate after plate after plate on the bar. And before you know it, you've been in the gym for about 30 minutes now and you've only done one exercise, which is clearly what we're trying to avoid. By focusing on your compound movements, you do engage multiple muscle groups at the same time, which means it costs more energy. So it is more fatiguing if you're going to do these compound exercises versus doing something like a bicep curl. But again, saves you time in the gym, right? Now, another option that you have that you can pair with the compound movements is supersetting. Supersetting is basically doing two exercises back to back with little to no rest. Again, allowing you to work more muscle in less time. Now that probably sounds deadly, right? But just to clear up some things, with your supersetting, you don't want to get too fatigued to where you have to lower the reps of the sets you're in and you start having to drop the weight because you're just way too tired. So what you want to do is superset two exercises that engage two different muscles. So for example, if you were doing a bicep curl, you could just do a tricep extension and do those two exercises back to back, right? Because your bicep curls is actually focused on your bicep, while your tricep extensions are going to be focused on your tricep, which means while you're working one muscle, the other muscle is actually resting. And then after doing each exercise back to back, you can either do no rest or you could do about 30 seconds in between before starting your next set. An example superset, if you wanted to pair it with your compound movements, would be doing squats and then going to push-ups right after that. So your push-ups are going to be affecting your back, your triceps, your chest, and then your squats will be for your legs. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still going to be fatiguing. Your heart rate's definitely going to get up. You're going to burn a little more calories because you are expending more energy with less rest. But it is efficient because you're not abusing the same muscle with two exercises back to back, which at that point would make the workout pointless because you'd be too fatigued to finish. Something else you could focus on is doing full body workouts. So instead of splitting your workout routine into like arm day, leg day, chest day, and so on and so forth, say you can only get to the gym about 2 times a week, maybe 3. If you can do a couple of full body workouts, you'll be able to hit all the major muscles of the body in each gym session, which will save you time. So maybe you work out 2 days a week. An example of a routine would be like squats, push-ups, overhead press, and some rows. And if you can have that in a superset format, where you're going back and forth between two of the exercises, you'll definitely be done in a short amount of time. You can literally do those 2 workouts every week for an extended period of time, and you will get results. Now, let me throw this disclaimer in there. Just because you're doing everything that you need to do efficiently and with a good intensity, it's just not possible to see the same results you would get from doing 2 times a week as you would 4 times a week. This is solely for time purposes. You rather be in the gym getting results than not being in the gym at all because of lack of time. So just want to make that clear. Now, if you're short on time, HIIT can definitely work for you. HIIT is effective for strength as well as conditioning. So you're basically alternating between high intensity bursts of exercise and short rest periods. So this can increase your cardiovascular fitness as well as help you build muscle in short periods of time. So a super basic example could be like squats and burpees. You could do burpees for 30 seconds and then rest for 30 seconds and then follow that immediately with your squats for 30 seconds and then rest for 30 seconds. And you'll just repeat that for about 15, 20 minutes. Just those two exercises. I know a lot of people hate burpees. This is just an example. Don't hurt me. Now, last but not least, consider the equipment you're using. So some equipment can allow you to do compound movements and HIIT at the same time. So we're talking about dumbbells, kettlebells, resistance bands. You can incorporate all these into your workouts, which will allow you to do the presses or squats, lunges, all those exercises, which are your compounds. And then you could actually do the HIIT exercises where you're doing the 30 seconds on of high intensity and then 30 seconds rest and then 30 seconds again. You can do all that because you don't have a big bar on your back or have to put on plates or take them all. So using equipment like that doesn't require a lot of work setting up or tearing down, then that'll save you time as well. So these are just some things that I wanted to throw at you if you wanted to come up with a plan for 2025 that allows you to get the best results that you can most efficiently with the little time that you had to spare. If you're doing nothing, you get nothing. See you next time.